In the wild, there is no mercy. The hyena's call carries 5 kilometers. Every lion within range knows exactly what it means. In this savage kingdom, there is only one absolute rule. Rule or die. This is the Masai Mara. Dry season, rainfall far below average. The worst drought recorded across all of East Africa. All of East Africa. In this savage kingdom, one empire rules by discipline, by hierarchy, by an organizational power, refined across 1,000 hunting seasons. They are the river pride. One empire rules by intelligence, by sheer numbers. They are the Mara clan, the largest empire of their kind ever documented. 2 empires divided the Mara in silence. One claiming the daylight, one claiming the dark. The rule held, absolute, unspoken. But when water retreats, survival rewrites every rule. Who rules the Mara when the laws collapse? The answer lies in the last remaining waterhole. Masai Mara. People often speak of it as a sanctuary, but the true ecosystem stretches across nearly 10,000 square kilometers. And if you erase the borders drawn by humanity, the Mara connects seamlessly with the Tanzanian Serengeti, forming the grandest migratory path on Earth. This is a civilization with a history longer than any empire humanity has ever built. It possesses its own rules and flows with its own unique rhythms. And like every civilization, it is built upon water. The Mara River originates from the Mau Forest on the Kenyan highlands, hundreds of kilometers to the north. From there, the currents flow southward, weaving through the heart of the ecosystem before emptying into Lake Victoria. A prolonged dry season begins with a single felled tree in the Mau Forest. When the wildebeest turned south, they followed the rain. and those that remained faced the bare reality of the Mara. 3 months after, the last rain fell. But the Mara is not a stage built for two. It is a matrix of power, and within it, other forces move. Each has found its own answer to the same question: survival philosophies, each one a commentary on what is about to unfold. Buffalo, 750 kilograms, horns thick as iron, herds of 200 to 800 within the Mara ecosystem. They are not simply prey. Buffalo do not operate as prey. The pride's ruthless laws leave the old king as the weakest of all. The prey now takes the offensive. The rate of enduring a toll is 30 to 50%. This is why no solitary lion engages a buffalo. And when the pride does, it is always a coordinated formation, planned over hours. And there is one more thing about buffalo: a collective decision mechanism. Whichever direction receives the most votes, that is where the herd moves. The strength flows from the consensus of all. And when the herd unanimously turns back, no lion, however desperate with hunger, wants to be standing in its path. Leopard. Total contrast. No pride, no alliance, no social hierarchy to lean on. One cat, one territory. One of the finest survivors on Earth. The leopard of the Mara survives by one principle alone: invisibility. After a kill, it does not feed at the sight. A kill in the branches can last 3 to 5 days, enough for the leopard to feed across multiple sessions. Never leave anything on the ground when all of the Mara is hungry. A kill on the ground in dry season lasts 20 minutes at most. So the leopard climbs alone, while the two empires below tear at each other over the last meters of territory. Beyond it, another force is also watching. Fiercely unified, relentlessly persistent. The qualities of successful hunters. Qualities of successful hunters. Wild dog hunting success rates reach 80% globally. But here in the Mara specifically, the figure drops to around 51%. Not because the dogs lack skill, but because the Mara is too contested. In this environment, every kill is a target for theft. Even so, 51% remains formidable. Wild dogs operate as a distributed brain. No single individual dominates all decisions, but when unified, they become a single unit of speed and endurance. Within the Mara ecosystem, only 3 to 5 packs remain active. Every pack crossing this land is one of the last. 3 survival philosophies in an ecosystem contracting around them. The power of the collective, the intelligence of the solitary, the precision of the cooperative. None is perfect. Each has its limits and its price in the dry season. Everything begins with a laugh, not an expression of joy. The hyena's laugh, long branded the sound of cowardice, of the scavenger, is the exact opposite of everything that reputation suggests. It is a command, the mechanism that keeps an empire operating as a single combat unit in the dark across vast territory. If there is one number that answers every question about the hyena, it is 80%. 80% of the Mara clan's food comes from prey they hunt themselves, from tactical coordinated hunts, executed primarily at night, through the most sophisticated organizational apparatus of any African predator. Research confirms that lions steal hyena kills 6.8 times more often than the reverse. Roughly 14% of every hyena meal is taken by lions. But to understand the Mara clan, you must first understand its architecture. Every adult female in the clan outranks every adult male. No exceptions. The largest male, the heaviest, the strongest in the Mara clan yields ground to the smallest female. Female hyena fetuses are bathed in androgens, hormones typically associated with male development at abnormally high levels. The result: adult females outweigh males by 10 to 12%. A daughter inherits her mother's rank within 6 months of reaching adulthood, a nobility, but not an empty one. They command priority feeding rights, mating rights, and command authority within combat formations. Heirs do not wait long to assert dominance. They begin from the first moments of life. The battle starts in the den. Within hours of birth, they must establish a hierarchy that will define them for life. Sometimes, only one survives. The hyena's bite force is the strongest of any African predator. But the number alone does not tell the story. What matters is the purpose. The hyena's jaws are not built for the kill. They are built for total consumption. Everything every other predator leaves behind. A clan of 60 can consume a 500-kilogram buffalo entirely, skeleton included, no trace. The hyena is not merely a predator, it is the Mara's recycling system. Speed is the signature weapon of predators, but look at the one who sacrificed everything for speed, and you realize endurance is the true key. 4.8 kilometers. The distance a hyena sustains top speed without slowing. A full-grown lion can sprint only 300 meters. The hyena does not need to be faster, it only needs to outlast. The hyena's call carries information and command. But beyond that, these sounds can encode 4 pieces of information simultaneously within a single vocalization. Identity, social rank, number of individuals present, degree of emotional arousal. In dry season, whoop frequency increases by more than 40%. The Mara clan does not go quiet when starving. The Mara clan controls the night, but what happens when they are still hungry by day? Along the Mara River. The River Pride has held this territory for 11 seasons, 12 to 18 individuals. Not a large pride, but in this terrain it is enough. The River Pride operates as a military machine. The males do not hunt, but they are not a burden. The roar declares ownership, deters rival males from crossing the boundary, and secures the pride's breeding rights and food supply. A coalition of 2 to 3 males typically controls territory up to 2,000 square kilometers, but the River Pride males care nothing for scale. They care only for this one irreplaceable ground. The females do everything else. Faster and more agile, responsible for 90% of all hunts. Hunting alone, success rates fall below 19%. Hunting as a unit, that figure rises to 30%, and the caliber of prey changes entirely. This is what distinguishes the River Pride from every other lion pride. They do not merely hunt, they remember. No lion in the pride is born knowing this. Young females observe and fail for 2 years before executing the technique correctly. They learn by correcting failure over years in the presence of the most experienced females. And here lies the River Pride's greatest vulnerability, the fragility of the irreplaceable. What the River Pride's eldest female carries is experience. Which buffalo individuals regularly visit, which waterhole, which can be isolated, which become lethal when cornered. Her eyes move with the precision of one who has watched everything on this land and knows exactly what is worth watching. She has survived the 5th dry season, but she is not immortal. Just like the old male that once ruled this pride. He used to protect the entire pride all by himself. Yet he could not protect himself. As a result, the throne changed hands. The females cannot change this. They can only comply. She, the wisest matriarch of the River Pride, will also have to move on eventually. The solitude at the end of her journey, just like her former mate, is inevitable. Average lifespan of a lioness in the 14 to 16 years in the wild. The eldest females, those who carry 11 seasons of knowledge, are at the outer edge of that range. The younger females would have to rebuild their territorial knowledge from nothing. through trial, through hungry nights. The lion's collective intelligence does not live in the pride. It lives in a single individual. And that concentration is simultaneously its greatest strength and the system's deepest vulnerability. The River Pride's throne is the waterhole along the Mara River. As the water retreats, the throne retreats. And right now, the throne has contracted to the point where there is nothing left to surrender. Two empires, two forms of intelligence. The Mara is not a perpetual battlefield. Most of the time, it is a system of exquisite equilibrium. At the center of that equilibrium is an agreement, strictly observed. It is time. Lions operate from dawn to dusk. Hyenas command from dusk to dawn. There is an overlap window when both empires share the same space and neither holds absolute advantage. "78% of all direct confrontations between lions and hyenas in the Mara occur around dawn and dusk. An entire war compressed into the most precarious moments of light. Beyond time, there is an acoustic boundary. Both species use sound not only for internal coordination, but to map territory for the enemy. But this equilibrium is not equal. It never was. Yet the truce holds. Why? Because of absolute numbers. Below 4-1, lions hold their ground. When the hyena-to-lion ratio at any confrontation point reaches 4-1 or higher, lions consistently withdraw. Except when a male is involved. At a waterhole on the River Pride's territorial edge, two groups approach from opposite directions. This is the crepuscular borderline. Lions lack the full power of daylight. Hyenas lack the full cover of dark. They must choose the peace. 3 months ago, the last rain fell. The waterholes dwindled to 3. The Mara clan has not eaten in 5 days. When hunger drives them, any peace is only skin deep. For a clan of 60 to 80 individuals, 5 days of hunger is an energy crisis, counting down. Lions can fast 7 to 14 days on their larger body fat reserves. Hyenas, smaller bodies, higher metabolic rate, after 5 days enter desperation mode. The activity patterns shift from strictly nocturnal to opportunistically diurnal. The wildebeest had turned south. The zebra followed. What remained? Old buffaloes, scattered Thompson's gazelles, impalas, and increasingly empty plains. But a young antelope only creates more friction within the pack. Every member lost a warrior to the scuffle. Nothing remains but defeat. And the crisis spread. The Mara clan gradually fractures. The queen does not force them to stay amid scarcity. During the dispersal, some remains catch their attention. It is guarded by the old male lion, formerly of the River Pride. No second thoughts are needed. The hyenas must claim the rest. The old king is overwhelmed. No miracle can turn the tide. This minor victory helps the hyenas regain some confidence. By midday, 62 members of the Mara clan cross the boundary. The leopard registered something had shifted in the larger picture. Solitary intelligence knows when not to be present. The small wild dog pack has been monitoring the area since yesterday. They calculated the odds and concluded there is no reward here worth. The River Pride did not retreat. The first rule of every Dominion male: a pride that retreats once declares to all of the Mara that it will retreat forever. Two tactics, two civilizations of war converging on a single point. Before it unfolds, understand precisely what is about to happen. Members fan outward from a starting point into an arc. Not all advance simultaneously. Some hold the flanks, some push the center, creating a shape that achieves both broad coverage and convergence on demand. The Mara clan is maintaining a tactical acoustic map. Each individual always knows the relative position of the rest, allowing them to stay in the loop and adjust accordingly. This is a decentralized command structure. And the only weakness is disrupting the acoustic network. This is equivalent to breaking formation. Not through physical force, but by creating interference in the signal chain. The River Pride knows this. For the lions, their tactics showcase experience. 3 to 4 females moving in single file, approaching from downwind. So scent does not reach the target before footfall does. Standard formation. But there is a wild card that neither side can completely control. A buffalo herd, 200 strong, oblivious to the dispute, only concerned with water. The dry season has blanketed the entire Masai Mara. The heartland is depleted of sustenance. Newcomers have arrived. Their declarations signal strength and a hunger for territory. The kings of the River Pride are highly sensitive when their realm is threatened. They will go to lay down the law. The parting is not easy, but there is no other choice. This is the moment for a king to show his responsibility. The females can hunt, they can repel intruders, but they cannot stop a robust coalition of prime young males. The old lioness now becomes the backbone. She has an uneasy premonition. Because just like the dominant males, the sun is setting on them.